In today's episode, I'm speaking to Anthony, an amazing and talented Nigerian artist. I have been wanting to have this conversation for some time now, and the reason is because I'm curious. I'm curious about what his process is like and how he approaches art in general. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, sit back and enjoy.
We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, moon.
What's the highest you've ever sold something for?
About 25,000
Really? Damn.
USD, not GBP, but still.
I mean, still good money. It's still higher than 20K.
Yeah, still higher than 20.
Can I join you?
Damn, we just finished hiring, like we only just, damn. Yeah, my name is Anthony Azekwoh, and I'm an artist. I paint, I write, I sculpt.
Like, at what age did you sort of get interested in all of this?
Maybe I was 13 when I started writing, and I was 16 when I started painting. So it's been like 13 years of all of that stuff. It's been really interesting so far.
What kind of pieces do you write?
I feel like my writing was really just about like my own personal experiences. You know David Sedaris? He's this really great American writer, and he just writes like just essays about his life. And like, I think that's basically my writing. Then there's also like the fictional parts, mythology, like fantasy, like that type of.
So you're into mythology, like Greek gods and stuff?
Yeah, more like on the African side. Like I feel like there's enough of the Greek guys around.
Yeah, I see that in your painting as well. Like you paint like African gods.
Yeah, I just feel like for me, it's, whenever I used to read like Percy Jackson or them, the question was, what about like our people? Like, where do we see our representation? And we have our stories, just kind of like, where are we in that?
You think your art sort of centers around like African representation in the art world?
Yeah, but not like it's not like in a strict sense, because it's like, I'm an African. I was born and raised in Lagos. When I think about like love, happiness, peace, war, destroy, I'm thinking about this in very African terms. Everybody most of the people I know are Black. So I think for me, it's more so telling my own experience and telling my own stories from my own POV, as opposed to this like representation mark.
Anthony made a big decision very early on in his artistic journey. He left Covenant University to focus on his art.
So, still on your early years, yeah, like in African homes, there's always doctor, lawyer, engineer. Always studying in Covenant.
I was studying chemical engineering. That was interesting because
did you like it?
No, funny enough, there's a lot of engineering stuff that I'm doing now with art. So I'm like, damn, like my dad was right. I actually didn't have a flair for this. But I would say that it's like it was mostly the environment. The environment was a huge negative for me. Like I look around here and I'm seeing not just freedom of movement, but also freedom of like thoughts and speech.
Yeah.
These are things that I didn't have, exposed to myself, in that level. So it was a very horrible place for me at the time.
You think if you had gone to like a separate university, like you'd have stayed?
For sure. I wasn't anti-education, I was anti-covenant. So I definitely would have. In fact, it's funny, it's like, and that's a good question, because if I had gone somewhere else, maybe I'd have finished the degree, maybe found a job as some bad chemical engineer.
Yeah.
Oh, life I think happens how it needs to happen.
A lot of people got to know Anthony through his wedding series, which went viral on Nigerian Twitter, sparking very interesting conversations. The fact that no context was given to the paintings created even more chaos. People started forming their own opinions about what the paintings actually meant, what exactly happened at the wedding, what roles the characters played, and what they were trying to communicate.
So, do you normally not give context to your work, or was this specific to that series alone?
Most times I don't, unless it's something personal to me. But I'm a big believer in the fact that the minute I've made this thing and I've posted it's you guys this thing now, like how you interpret it, what you think about it, like that's on your side. I think for me, I've done my own part in making it and sharing it with the world.
There's always a red hat on the paintings. What do they mean?
I think the hearts of the painting were, everybody was, the whole wedding is a very tense period, Weddings are meant to, of course, like radiate love and happiness. But anyone who's been part of a wedding knows that a wedding is a really tight project. It's very tense. So many feelings are there. But for me, the heart symbolized that and the love was still there regardless. And that's something I was really big on in terms of how love endures, even through difficult moments.
Well, some people, and I'm part of them, thought that maybe you have like a love interest that you are dedicating those paintings to.
I actually was going through a heartbreak at the time. And so you see her initials actually with some of the paintings, where there's an A+E. It wasn't dedicated to her in particular, but it also was part of me expressing just a lot of my regrets about the situation, my thoughts about it, and also like my own meditation on like what love looked like.
Do you think you're a Nepo baby?
You might think I'm a Nepo baby.
Like there's always discourse about how if you don't have like resources, you can't really take risks, or you have to like there's some risks you can't just take.
That's a good question, man. Nobody
It
has ever
is.
asked me that.
It
But
is
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I knew this day would come.
Yeah, because actually think about it. Some people, they're bold.
Yeah.
They take risks, and I think that might even be the best way to live. Like just live on risk. Like just take the risk, whether or not you know that it's going to go like a certain way for you. But did you feel like, I have something to
Yeah.
I have something to sort of fall back on, so I'm going to do this?
So to be transparent, yeah, I did grow up comfortable. I feel like the Nepo baby discourse is so interesting because I feel like and again, like I said, I was prepared for this day. There's nepotism, there's privilege, and there's also advantages that you have. I feel like definitely I grew up very privileged. And that's why the move was riskier.
Yeah.
Because it's like, not only was I saying, I want to do this I don't want to do this chemical engineering thing, but basically like I was kind of cut off for a while. Because it meant that like, because you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't say you're gonna do, you're not gonna do what I want, but yeah, you're gonna still like
take my resources or use my resources.
Yeah. So I remember it was so dramatic. I remember I dropped the card my dad gave me, I dropped it on the table, and I left home. So I was like, yeah, what did help me was, again, I was very exposed. And at the time, I'd already started making money. I'd already like built like a small name for myself. So I would say, to be honest, yeah, those things did help, like mitigate the risk.
Yeah.
Because like either way, I knew that I was sure.
Yeah. I think that's something I've always wanted to know. Like, this guy, like.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's funny because after that, the minute me and my parents patched things up, like my parents are like my OG supporters. You feel me? Even during that time we had beef.
Yeah.
They would still come for the shows. And my dad supports us every time they can. So it's like my mama as well. So it's like it's a family unit that I'm grateful to have. But therefore at the time it was rough because it's like I really had to show them that I'm about this. Like this is not like a plan B thing. This is the plan A and like plan A to Z.
Yeah.
So it was definitely very hard to get to that point of trust. And also, of course, like It was tricky, man. It was very, very tricky. I was, at some point, I was shuffling between Airbnbs and hotels. Because obviously I left my dad's house. I was at an exhibition to plan. You get, so I saw I planned the exhibition. I actually didn't have like a proper info address. You get, everything was in the gala must go. I just carried on home.
No.
So yeah, I don't know how to answer the level maybe conversation, but yeah, I grew up too.
Yeah.
Would you describe the series as like your breakthrough moment? Do you think it was like it was where it made like people like pay more attention, or was there something else?
I mean, the people like you, that was that the first time you had seen my work?
The Young John painting, was that before?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'd seen that, but I didn't know it was you.
Yeah, I feel like so the wedding did bring like a whole new audience, but I feel like I've had like, yeah, it was a new break. Yeah, we can call it that, because I've had other breakthrough moments, but that wedding, the wedding was it was a crazy one.
I kind of knew this conversation was going to be good, and that's why I anticipated it so much. It was a reminder that to be a creative, you need to wake up every day and choose to be one. Anthony is one of those people that makes you want to go home and just create something. And if you felt that too, then this episode did exactly what it was supposed to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one.
Do you think you're successful? Do you think you've reached that height?
This is like, I do think I'm successful. Like, I mean, definitely, it's just like, and it's weird to say because I never did think I was. Even until recently, I was like, but I'm also balancing that with the truth of, this is still like, in my head, such a beginning and foundational part. That I'm like, all of this is nothing compared to what tomorrow is gonna be. Like, you get, like, selling paintings for X amount is like cool and all that, but I think the impact my work is gonna have, the impact I will have, is just, it's a wide margin from today. So I'm really just keeping that in focus.